The Big Why.
Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Welcome back to another episode of The Big Why. Today, me and Brother Muhammad will be answering the toughest questions you, my dear viewers, have in mind. So, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you?
I'm very well. I'm ready to go.
Ready.
Absolutely. Waiting for the phone to ring.
There we go.
There it is.
Assalamu alaikum, The Big Why. Can I have your name, please? Khadija. And where are you calling from? Florida.
Oh, she must
Are
be
you
getting
sure?
charged a lot for that phone call.
How much are you paying for this phone call? What's the rate? I won't make
Get her
no,
question.
no.
Get her question.
What's your question? Yep. Perfect. Okay. Bye. Maslama. Florida.
It's a long way to call. What's her question?
Khadija was asking, why did God create death?
Why did God create death?
Death.
Interesting question. And actually, when you think about it, death can sometimes feel like when we're living and we're living in the context of this life, we wake up, we go. Whenever we think of death, we think of it as the end, right? It's like, why does God make all of this have to come to an end? Like, we're living, I'm having food on the table, I have my loved ones, I have my mom, my dad, my aunties. I'm living a nice life. Why do I have to die? Why does all of this have to come to an end? And it's a fair question. But I'm going to tell you a story that's going to bring to life a different perspective to answer this question. You see, one time there were two brothers who were actually still inside their mother's womb. They were twins. And every day they'd be in their mother's womb. They'd get food delivered right to them. They'd be nice and cozy and warm and comfortable. And one day, one of the brothers asked the other one, he said, bro, why do we have to leave this place? Why does all of this have to come to an end? Why do we have to, leave and all of this? Why do we have to die from this world that we have right here? You see, what those two twins inside their mother's womb don't realize is that for them, the end of that life, the death that they're gonna die when they're no longer inside their mother's womb, is it the end?
No, it's the beginning.
So all of a sudden, death doesn't necessarily mean the end. When we die from this life, is that the end?
No, it's the beginning.
Exactly. So actually, the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to create death is because all things start and all things end and they transition into their next phase. And actually, at the end of this life, in the next life, we have the day of judgment, we have heaven and hell, we have so much more that's coming. And actually, death is the transition to go from this life to the next life. In the same way, birth for those two twins inside their mother's womb was the transition from one life to another. So death is just a natural part of the process. It's just a transition so that we can actually go to the start of a brand new life that's waiting for us on the other side. What do you think?
That was actually a pretty straightforward answer, and I understood that. And Khadija at home probably thinks the same. And although she had to pay a bit of a hefty price.
I don't know, her phone bill is probably racking up, but
Worth it.
it's worth it, that's for sure.
And as always, thank you for watching and
Ma salama.
The Big Why.